But we move on to night 14. And we're going to check out Mel's pick in Mina Shirakawa taking on Amy Sourei.
Oh my goodness. So shout out to Cody, our friend Cody Defoe, with a big fan of Booby-san there, name appropriately given by Thekla before she took her vacation. Getting into this match, I really, really enjoyed Ami. The just her coming out, joining God's Eye, she has been unquestionably dominant in every match that she goes into. She's just pure power. Her machine gun chops are reminiscent to me of Kobashi, where there's just every single one hits just as hard as the last, and you get just as good of a clap off of every single one.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Very much
Mina,
so.
however, very, very smart, targeting the leg of the powerhouse of Ami to get her down, to kind of take that away from her. We've seen Mina become very technical in this Grand Prix. Not she was more of like almost a high speed kind of esque character or wrestling style beforehand, whereas now she's really stepping up her game in the Grand Prix, and I'm seeing a lot more submission holds, her slowing people down. Um, Not so smart though to get into the chop battle with Ami later in the match, where they're just
Yeah.
going back and forth. I was like, I don't care how much padding you think you have up there. It's not going to help you in that
No,
situation.
yeah, some of the chops, especially coming out of Amy Saray, are just brutal. Like you hear, like she rivals with some of the hardest hitting men in professional wrestling. Like not quite Minoru Suzuki, but
No.
she's harder than some. She's definitely harder than your Ujuros for sure. But
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm. Mina's actually Mina, I was gonna say her spinning backhand chop there, also very
Oh.
reminiscent of another great striker, Kenta.
Hmm.
And like Kenta's, Mina's always hits on target. She always knows where that hand is going, and she always makes sure that it hits where it needs to go. I was honestly very surprised with the end of this match. I did think that Ami had this, but Mina managed to submit her in this. I again, I refer to you for the name of the moves, but I think it was like a figure four
Yeah,
sort of bridge thing.
it was a figure four. Like if anybody knows Charlotte Flair's figure eight, where she
Mhm,
does the complete bridge and she like arcs, like it
mhm,
was like a half bridge where like Mina's holding her hands still, like she's still down, like her forearms are still in the mat, but she's
mhm.
kicking her
Her
abdomen area
pelvis
up,
up, yeah.
so she's bending on the legs. But
Mhm.
like the fact that we had a figure four finish in a Stardom match really made me feel good because it's like a very old school, obviously a
Mhm,
very old school finish again, the
mhm.
signature of Ric Flair. But it's nice to see like a good old figure four finishing a match for the first time in a while that I've seen in Stardom. So
100%.
yeah. And then so from here we're gonna go to my pick for night 14, and that is Hazuki versus one of my favorites, Saida. Um,
Power!
both of these two I'm a huge fan of. Hazuki just like after losing the tag titles has kind of gone on a downward trajectory in the tournament. She's
Mhm,
has been losing, and which is quite surprising because she had such a like I think she had like went like 7-0
mhm,
or something like that. And like the first 8 matches, she like won 7 of her matches, like her first 8 matches, and maybe she had one loss in there, but or like it wasn't 7 in a row, but
mhm.
it was quite a run. But she hasn't picked up a win since her 7th win, and we were talking about her on the last time we did the review for the 5 star that she was potentially being the winner of this because she was so out in front. She had 2 people close, but so many more people have caught up to her, and it's just like,
Mhm,
oh, I could see Hazuki not winning this tournament unless you want to give her the push right at the end to win the last couple of matches and take it. I could see her
mhm,
not getting this now, and then this match with Saida at the start, like Hazuki trying like doing everything to match power with Saida, who's like, as I've called her multiple times, a little muscle girl, like, and she's just it's just very much fun to watch people stand up to her power when they're the same, like they have relatively the same size. When you see somebody very tall like Lady C or somebody fighting with Saida, you expect Saida to actually be lower, not have the power advantage. But in this one, the fact that Hazuki's standing up to the power, which he's watching her, I see her more as more of a quick strike individual from what I've watched of her over these last couple months. It was very fun to watch, and it just the back and forth, like just some of the shots they were landing on each other, like it just were like, again, all of these women hit so hard, and it's like, holy crap, like y'all are going to be knocking each other out and knocking each other's teeth out at some point. But just some of the great stuff, like gets the scoop slam, goes up, but Saya stops her and hits a T-bone suplex off the top. Just a beautiful, it looked like a T-bone suplex anyways. And then gets a huge spine buster, then arm trap Northern Lights, and then gets a 2 count. Like, just the motions they go through and like the continuous what they go through, it's just crazy. Has ends up reversing a brainbuster into a DDT, followed by 2 just sick looking bicycle kicks to the face. Just but in the end, Hazuki gets a scoop slam, and then she goes for a brainbuster, but Saya reverses her into the roll up. Hazuki gets out, but then Saya gets right on top with another roll up. She calls that Itabashi and gets the win, which I'm very happy by this because I'm a big fan of Saida. I just didn't see Hazuki losing to Saida. I really didn't think that was going to be the outcome in this.
I agree. Hazuki is certainly more the ring veteran. I think above Saida, just because I've seen her a lot more, specifically in Stardom. This match, I was also equally impressed with the power of both of these women. Some of the stuff that I had noted was also the slam that you had mentioned. And also there was a power slam that Ida did on Hazuki off of the second rope there.
Oh yeah, I have that here. Yes, but
another slam off of the ropes. Again, another power for power kind of thing going on there. I also had it noted that I really liked how Hazuki near one part of the beginning of the match, how she transitioned into a crossface. I'm not entirely sure where I went from that.
Yeah, because
all I said was crossface.
Because it was a half Nelson and then a running senton that she gets a headlock and then transition over into a crossface. It's just like pure like wrestling transfer, like just like pure transfers on the ground that look just perfect.
Oh, because I just had that very loosely noted there. I'm like, what did I mean there? Also got a spine buster. Ida did a spine buster on Hazuki. It looked really, really, really rough. But yeah, like you, I wasn't expecting Ida to pick up the win here. Although, again, I'm equally happily surprised about that.
I'm very happily surprised by it, but I just didn't expect it because, especially with the run Haz was having, I just looked at this. I thought, just personally, and no hate on Saida, but I thought this was the rehab match for Hazuki. This was the match to get Hazuki back on track to winning this tournament. And again, another loss puts her in a very tight position in her block now with only after we get through these, after 17 shows, I think there's only 3 left to go.
I think you're right. Yeah,
it's only up to night 20 and then the finals. So there's not a lot of room left for Hazuki. She needs to win. She really does.
100%.